No secret shows. We just do shows. There's Todd Howard interviews that happened. There's shows that's coming up that's going to get it popping. Don't let nobody rain on your parade. You got to understand, these dudes they can't imagine how you feel as an Xbox dude. It's like Microsoft is playing a game of I wish you would with the PlayStation fan base. And we're going to get into these topics because we know this is it. And got a couple of suggestions from Microsoft. June. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. So it's time to crush.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And we're at it today. Right after the Xbox, Indie at Xbox show, ID at Xbox, that show was pretty good. IGN did a great job. So shout out to the IGN people. I know I like to mess with y'all from, time to time because, I don't think we get a fair shake, but we do have certain people inside that building that do hand out fair shakes. So I think it's more of of an ecosystem bias opposed to anything else. But that show was really good. So on the heels of that, Microsoft is galvanized and they're pushing forward with the momentum that they do have. And they announced the June show. The June show looks like it's going to be something incredible because Tom Warren from The Verge, my guy Tom Warren over there, he brought it up, he put it up, he talked about it today, and they talked about it's going to be Call of Duty stuff, and it's going to probably talk about Gears of War, the next Gears of War game that's supposed to be launching. Microsoft is going to have all of ABK there, all of Bethesda, all of their studios that they have acquired. And this is supposed to be the June show to rock all June shows. Now, these port begging ponies is going to have you believe that this is doom and gloom. They're going to make you think that this show is for them. You know why they're trying to co-opt this show? Because they don't have a show. They're going to lie to you and tell you they have a secret show popping up, even though Jim abandoned them, left them alone. They're going to lie and tell you that, it's devaluing your brand. They're going to lie and tell you that all those games is coming to PlayStation. What they won't tell you is, if any of those games do make it to PlayStation, and we know Call of Duty is making it to PlayStation, if any of those games do make it to PlayStation, they are not Game Pass. You see, guys, Game Pass is the platform. And for the uneducated and the unascended, those individuals that play in the muck and the mire, and they continue to go hand in hand with cash, make single purchase deliveries to their box. Pause. No Diddy. They will always operate with the same mindset. They will always tell you that we sold more consoles but made less money. They always leave out something. They never tell you the truth. So don't fall for the dummy move with these dudes. Microsoft is the greatest first party, third party console developer right now going. There's so much so, the Nintendo Switch 2, they made sure that they got on board for this. Nvidia now on board with this. The only holdout, the one that made the most noise, was Sony, and we realized that the games that they were getting funded from the most, Microsoft went out and purchased. Call of Duty. We know what it's truly about. It's truly about us getting that 70% and them getting that measly 30%. You got to really play games and stop playing economics. I've been around long enough to see people go and people stay. But don't forget that it's he who is versatile wins the war. The individuals, that one-trick pony guy, that guy that can't do nothing different, will always die out. The next topic is going to be me explaining exactly what Microsoft needs to do at this show. Now, anybody that knows Call of Duty knows that Call of Duty started, with Xbox, and marketing rights is going to play a huge part in what's going on next, right? And the fact that Microsoft is coming out full guns blazing this June is a couple of things that they have to keep true to the Call of Duty brand that has elevated over a period of time. Call of Duty is always, the commercials have always been topical, has always highlighted the greatest stars, entertainers, people that are in the business. And these commercials are part of galvanizing the zeitgeist around the game and making it seem so hip and so current and so in the now that everybody, from your greatest entertainer, from your greatest athlete, from your actor and actresses, are all in on this game. They want to give you a sense of FOMO. They want you to feel like you need to be part of this. Because if you aren't, then you're just missing out. So, with Warzone, Zombies, Call of Duty proper, all of these games should be and will be released in the Gamepass ecosystem. The platform itself will see a substantial boost in numbers and gamers. With the whole back catalog released, because the Back Compat team is back on their job, Game Pass is going to bolster a staggering amount of games. They're testing games now in the background to see the viability of this. This is going to change the landscape of gaming. To have one of the top video games inside Game Pass day and date, that's going to force the casuals. And this is the part where you must stay true to the identity of Call of Duty. You must continue to push FOMO. You must continue to push brand recognition. You must make sure that every box, every console has a sticker indicating where you can get this game. You must be very clear in your messaging. You have to let the populace know that you are the holders, purveyors, and providers of Call of Duty. There's options for you to get it, and there's options for you to have it. You must be very, very clear in this messaging. This is the Patrick Ewing finger roll in the garden. Do not finger roll the ball. Dunk the ball. Do not mess this up. This is where you have to make sure that they know you are the only place to get it day and date inside your service, where everybody else can have it, but they got to pay for it. Your service provides this with all the back catalog of games. So if you're new to Call of Duty, your best bet is to start in Game Pass. That's what they must continue to push. That must be the mantra. That must be the word going forward, because you have to have these people understand Call of Duty is Microsoft. Call of Duty is Xbox Game Pass. Call of Duty is provided, distributed, marketed by Xbox proper and Microsoft. Make sure that is the driving home point, and you will not fumble the bag. So Game Pass Tuesday is back in effect, and I wanted to start off with one of the games that did drop inside Game Pass Tuesday. We have Have a Nice Death. It's kind of crazy. It looks like Hollow Knight to me. So I know it's one of those games that is gonna be inside Game Pass that I'm gonna get a chance to touch and see. And he looks cute. They have a lot of little animations that look cute and stuff. Might work out for me, might not work out for me. Give it a shot, see what it got. Looks dope. I know a lot of people love stuff like this. This is those indie games that pop up from here to there that make you fall in love with them. And this is something that, to me is inspiring to me, because this game's normally we wouldn't have got a chance to try, right? So Game Pass allows us that luxury in doing so. Then we had Rewinder. Rewinder was stealth drop yesterday at the ID at Xbox Digital Showcase. And don't know too much about Rewinder, but I'm going to maybe check it out. Not going to give a definite on it. If I hear good things, because I have so many things that I am playing and doing all this stuff. You have to spread your time wisely, opposed to going a whole crazy and don't get a chance to finish anything. Like you see how I am with Starfield, with just running out there getting ships and not finishing my story, just acting a fool. And we have Manor Lords. Manor Lords is a medieval game. Iron Lords, you know how we are. We're going to probably download it and see if it's a multiplayer game. If it is a multiplayer game, more than likely Iron Lords is going to stream it on a community day, have some fun, joke, play some games, enjoy ourselves. Again, I have so much stuff that I'm playing that I do have in a backlog. This might get missed by me, but again, this might be for you. Then we have what is that? Another's Crab's Treasure. I found this so hilarious because the cartoon within itself is really funny, right? So the cartoon, is a crab just fighting to get his shell because he has a shell on his back. He lost his shell or whatever. But it's a Souls-like game. An indie Souls-like game with crabs blows my mind. Again, we're living in a day and age where if you think it, you can conceive it, you can achieve it, you can make it happen. Again, another title that's not for me, but that might be for you, because I'm not a Souls dude. Last but not least, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I purchased Jedi Survivor last year, and I'm not gonna lie, I think it was supposed to be Game of the year that it came out, whatever. Story of Cal Kestis is incredible. I love everything about the game. I love the open worldness. I love the backtracking, the Metrovania feel of the game, the open world aspect. I love Star Wars lore. I love, being a Jedi. I love the power ups. I love the force push, the pull, using your sabers, dual weld, single weld. I love everything about the game. I think the game is phenomenal. But again, this is Game Pass Tuesdays. Now this is the part in the video when I'm gonna tell you to like, follow, and subscribe. And then I'm gonna take that logo and I'm gonna throw it around that June show, because I'm gonna let you know right now, this is the part where Xbox takes over. And I know we've been saying it for years, but Microsoft is playing a game of I wish you would with the PlayStation fan base. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know exactly how we do it over here. We're gonna keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. You thought you was gonna get out of this video with that, but this is happening to you. The reason why they're playing a game of I wish you would with the PlayStation fan base is because the PlayStation fan base has always told us, I wish Microsoft would take Xbox serious and start putting money behind it. Boom, $100 billion now. I wish Microsoft would stop making the same old games. Boom, Microsoft is making a ton of games now. Or I wish Microsoft would just invest in their ecosystem. Boom, Game Pass happened. Who did that to you? Phil Dominus Maximus, Aurelius Spencer, first of his name, did that to you. Oh, I wish Microsoft would become, a better publisher to make it Publisher of the Year. Boom, that happened to you. Oh, I wish Microsoft would make VR. Boom, teams up with MetaQuest. That happened. Microsoft is doing everything you said you wish they would. I'm gonna play a game with you. I wish they'd make PlayStation an app. Try to play the Game Pass.